Today I want to talk about one of the biggest questions for men. How do you get girls? Now, getting girls could mean a lot of things. Understanding them, having sex, entering into a more serious relationship. Or you could mean get in the same way you get a car or a phone or...
Balenciaga, Prada, Burberry, Prada. Respect the drip.
So that Diet Coke Patrick Bateman is a dating coach named Russell Hartley. His viral videos and website tote cheat codes for men that are apparently so powerful that women can't help but be manipulated.
And dating models in LA is great because you never have to worry about them being like out of shape or gaining weight or whatever because they're already so hard on themselves. It's absolutely perfect. And you have to have enough resources to provide because she's not working.
What? Hartley is part of a class of dating coaches that have steadily grown a large following the past 10 years, mostly on YouTube. Now, YouTube is not only the #1 video platform in the world, but it's also the #2 search engine in the world. So why would we ever assume that men would go anywhere else when they were having trouble in their romantic lives?
I'm going to give you one of my very best tips in just a moment.
You'll use it to know if a girl wants to hook up with you the next time that you see her.
And it works every time.
If you saw my last video about the pickup artists of the 1990s and 2000s, this type of get sex quick language should be very familiar.
Are you ready to know the 5 attraction switches that exist in every woman ubiquitously? My job here is to catch you up to speed in the world of pickup, not enough so that you can just get laid, but enough so that you can teach it to your son.
And also, if you saw my last video, you're probably subscribed. But if you're not, you should do that real quick. Just right down there. Click on that button.
My name is John Anthony, and for the past 13 years, I've been finding ways to decode female psychology to make it easier for men to date new women.
I've got a surprise for you. I want to give you a hard copy of my new book, 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl.
Let's cut the chase. This is not some tricky pickup line ad. My research has found 3 replicable Instagram behaviors that will give you unfair advantage to attract your most wanted women.
With coronavirus completely shifting the way we engage and interact, it's changed the very definition of what dating is. I'm guessing picking a funny background for Zoom sex once a week must maybe be a part of that. I think now is actually the perfect time for us to reflect on what's been going well in dating and what's been going wrong. And a lot of what's been going wrong can be traced back to harmful, indifferent, and predatory practices by dudes in the dating world.
Hey, what's up? It's Jesse here, and in today's video, I'm giving you 4 quick tips to pull far younger girls out of bars and clubs and get them into your bed for same-night lays. Specifically, I'm talking about girls who are 18, 19, 20 years old, girls just out of high school, freshman college girls, sophomores, and just pull them out of there for one-night stands where she'll ditch your friends to go home with you, even if you're a far older guy, even if you're in your 30s or 40s and 50s.
I know personally that being single can be lonely, depressing, horny, and sometimes desperate. So why shouldn't men look for some education if they need it? The problem arises if that education is contaminated in a way that is harmful to women. Then we will continue to live in the cycle of men harassing women, and living in that cycle, men will continue to misunderstand why what they're doing is bad. That is why critiquing these coaches is important, not just to single men, but to everyone. So I want to look at the secret knowledge these YouTube dating experts are sharing, how much of it's dangerous to women, and which lessons drip in a healthy and not creepy way.
Now, being open doesn't just mean, oh, I had a nice day today. Oh, I really wish that the 49ers would have won. Being vulnerable means talking about things, acting certain ways in which others may not accept you. Vulnerabilities are how people connect.
Respect the drip.
After combing through the video archives of these masters of sex, I noticed a lot of similarities right off the bat. All their initial YouTube ads or main page videos include classic pickup sales tactics relating to the plight of the modern man.
Even though it's not politically correct to say this, you and I both know that there's a secret enemy who keeps us from the women we want. And that enemy is women themselves.
Maybe you don't know how to get messages back on dating apps.
I know that right now there are guys out there watching this struggling to even get responses from women they like.
Maybe you're sick of getting friend-zoned.
Instead of boring, logical conversations that go nowhere but the friend zone.
Friend zone.
The dreaded friend zone.
You've tried being a nice guy and that didn't work.
Nice guys tend to make these mistakes a lot, and if you kind of fall into that nice guy realm, pay attention.
Or you just don't understand women.
Maybe you simply don't know what to say or what to do to attract women.
And these coaches get it. They were just like you.
Growing up, I was always the chubby kid. I got bullied all the way through high school, and I had no clue how to flirt with women, much less spark a conversation with one that I barely even knew.
But luckily, they have a secret that nobody is talking about.
And even if you think you know everything about women, I promise you, this is like nothing you've seen before, because it's pretty damn controversial. And women are going to hate to hear this, but frankly, that's why it works.
At this point, it feels like we've all stepped into an entire pit of sexual snake oil salesmen.
Oh yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh yes, we got trouble. With trouble. With T. And rhyme it with P. Rhymes with P. It stands for pool. Remember, my friends, listen to me because I passed this way but once.
And yes, that clip from The Music Man is applicable. Not just because the film's plot centers around a fraud manipulating a woman, but the film also exposes the major societal problem that is pool tables. Why have a giant table in the middle of a bar if I can't put my beer on it? That's literally what tables were built for. Not for you to bet me $10 on a shot in a sport that only shows off how much of an alcoholic you really are. The thing about these secrets is they come in varying levels of misogyny, entitlement, and empathetic wisdom.
The 5 principles: awareness, intent, pressure release, emotional impact, and decisiveness. These are the aspects that all men who are good with women utilize.
Like with James Marshall of The Natural Lifestyles. He and his team of elite coaches teach natural methods to attract the woman you want.
The way that I teach at The Natural Lifestyles starts first internally. It's not so much about learning specific things to say or even specific behaviors, because a guy that is very good with women exhibits his sexuality, he expresses his charisma internally first, and then it comes out through what he says, his eye contact, his touch, and so forth.
He's right. There's no better way to start the journey of finding a partner than finding yourself first. Marshall teaches men to reach for the effortless charm of what he calls a natural.
As someone who has gone from being not very good with women to now being exceptionally good, to being someone where this is second nature to me, where I am now a natural.
Unfortunately, in practice, James Marshall's self-proclaimed natural abilities look like a relentless assault on the physical boundaries of women he finds attractive.
Hi. Whoa, that was a proper blank. I'm not going to accept that. How you doing? I'm not trying to sell something.
Excuse me. Hello. Hi. You can take your headphones off.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just saw you and I thought you were adorable, so I wanted to meet you. Is that cool?
I'm kind of going to school right now.
All right. Well, so you don't want to go on a coffee date sometime?
No.
This type of video is what pickup artists call infield, and it's a huge part of how these guys prove to their customers that they're actually good at what they do. But after watching hours of this stuff, it never seems to look less than incredibly uncomfortable for the women involved.
Hi. Don't panic. I'm not crazy or anything. I only wanted to tell you, you look absolutely amazing. You're going to run away from me now?
Hi. You look wonderful.
What do you need?
Nothing, just want to talk to you.
Thank you. You too.
You don't want to talk for 2 minutes? You need to, I need to, bye-bye.
Listen, just one question. Sorry about the scaring you, but obviously I don't see girls I like very often because I'm super picky.
How many kisses in Italy? 1, 2?
1, 2.
4? All right.
Bye.
Lovely to meet you. Bye.
Something I notice in a lot of these pickup videos is this sort of forced physicality or forced affection that these men are literally putting upon the women in the videos. It's them kind of showing off how entitled they are to women's bodies.
immediately feel those knees pressed up against me. Oh, God, that's good.
Men, can we please stop twirling women as a placeholder for actually being exciting or interesting to them? Just twirling and twirling. And twirling and twirling. If anything, twirling seems like a good way to get your drunk, hopeful hookup to spew out that last drink you bought her.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I think I kind of had that coming.
Then there are dating coaches like Jhaj, who focuses solely on getting women to engage with you more on dating apps, which is a genuine challenge for any guy dating online.
I did something really weird. I spent 26 months and $254,811.32 testing every single theory on how to attract women online.
Getting more options in your dating life is definitely all about that important first impression. The way you break through a woman's ocean of DMs is to write something totally out of the ordinary, something unique to you. That makes sense to me. The opening is a time to boldly be yourself.
Right now, I'm gonna gift you my best performing opener I've ever used in my life. Think about her experience scrolling through Tinder. She sees the sea of boring messages. Then all of a sudden, she snaps into focus because she sees a message from you calling her fat.
Oh, so instead of doing the homework yourself, Jhaj is basically telling guys to copy the guy who actually studied with money. I don't know if that analogy works, but I definitely know that stealing your texts doesn't work long term. Or at the very least, it's setting the foundation of a relationship on a lie, which isn't a great start. I'm all for getting help, but this is really the opposite of being yourself, which is what women want. What Jesse doesn't tell you in his backstory for Endless Options is that he's actually been an online pickup artist posting infield videos approaching women who haven't agreed to be on camera since 2010.
I'm sure people look at this and go, oh my gosh, they're misogynistic. They're really making fun of women. Do you mean to be inspirational or do you mean to be funny?
I've always personally, I don't know about you two, but I've always dreamt of helping people. So I guess in a sense, yes.
So then you should go work at like an orphanage, right? Not pick up girls at the park.
True, but this is also helping people in a way that I could also have fun. I mean, we're less than average looking guys. All you need to do is just be confident and comfortable in yourself.
Even if you're making everyone else around you a little uncomfortable.
Ha! I mean, I couldn't not include a sick Sharon Alfonsi burn from 2011. Yeah, that's what we call in the biz a third-degree Alfonsi. Don't bring that helping people out through misogyny crap around Alfonsi. This Emmy winner interviews Beatles, Sandlers, and El Salvadorian presidents. Don't fuck with the Fonzie, bro.
Okay, I want you to ask him if the black stereotype is true.
Is it true what they say about black men? I can picture the big bulge, that's all.
Endless Options, or Best Opening Lines, is just a new skin on the same gross pickup Fortnite character. Now, is this me pandering to the gamer crowd? Yes, but can't a noob research things other than pickup artists sometimes? And sometimes that thing is why Fortnite is so popular? My take is that it's because of the dancing and the shooting people.
Hey, my name's Christian, and one more warning, if you're a woman, this presentation is going to make you uncomfortable because the discoveries I'm going to share about what women want, what they secretly crave, are really messed up, and I promise you've never heard this before.
Coach Christian Hudson has a checkpoint system for having sex with women on the first date.
Just casually suggest that she stop by your place first. Now, if she declines the offer, then you know she's going to need a few dates to get comfortable. No worries at all. But if she says yes, then you've hit checkpoint number 1. You want to be almost ready to go when she arrives. But when you answer the door, make sure you're not wearing any shoes, and major bonus points if you have half a glass of wine in your hand. Tell her that you're just finishing an email and ask her if she wants to come in. If she agrees, you hit checkpoint number 2. Now on her way in, ask her if she wouldn't mind taking her shoes off. And if she agrees to that, you've passed the 3rd checkpoint. And finally, I'm going to say this. Man, how rude of me. Can I pour you half a glass of wine while I finish my email? Now, if she agrees to that, then there's a very good chance that you don't even have to take her out that night.
To me, there are a lot more checkpoints to talk about before assuring men that it's a go time for sex. Just because a woman is in your home and agrees to relax with some wine doesn't mean that you're okay to go full speed ahead with the sex.
You'll know how to go from clothing to nothing in 10 minutes or less. Following my system, you'll make the right move at the right time every time.
Now, are these checkpoints signs that a woman is interested? Probably. But the inherent problem with Christian's lesson is guaranteeing that if you follow his ideas, women will definitely have sex with you. That's not just untrue, it's unsafe. The "she seemed like she wanted to have sex" argument for assault is a very popular one. The way around that sort of confusion as a guy, get enthusiastic consent. And it doesn't have to look like this.
I'd like to begin by taking my right hand and place it on your right shoulder. Would that be acceptable?
That is acceptable, yes.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
It can be quick and exciting and allow both parties to focus on the fun part, making each other's bathing suit areas feel cool. Moving on, we have Casey Zander, a young, jacked, prototypically masculine guy whose efforts to make sure you know he's not a pussy
One thing's for certain is that men don't act like men anymore.
are only outweighed by his consistent efforts to show that he doesn't respect the opinions of women.
Ask for their number. Don't ask for a Snapchat.
No, I don't give boys advice.
Is it wild to anybody else how young some of these coaches are? If wisdom comes from experience, I just don't know how much these guys know about women or themselves if they've just stopped having to use their fake ID at bars.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So for the daytime, what you want is you want to have a plan to bring a girl back. So for example, in the daytime in Toronto, I would bring girls back for a juicer.
But I definitely get Zander's appeal. Outside of his corny nickname,
Uncle C, back in the office.
Zander's glassy-eyed confidence and disciplined attitude is frankly pretty appealing. And I agree with the way he talks about the importance of values, physical health, personal talents, and having your shit together.
The only way for you to be comfortable in your own skin is that you actually have developed yourself. And if you've developed yourself, you have talents and or skills. This could just be overall general masculine qualities. This could even stem from you going to the gym and building dedicational habits. When you prove to yourself that you can have success in one area, what I've always said is that success is transferable. You prove to yourself you can have success in other areas, and pretty soon your life snowballs into one big successful positive thing.
The funny thing about all these coaches is that they go on and on about how nobody has ever told the secrets they're going to share with you and how all the other dating coaches are bullshit.
This is not some how to be the best pickup artist bullshit.
But then their tips are the same recycled, misogynistic, manipulation-based pickup artist bullshit that has been taught to desperate men for decades.
Because here's the thing, women are literally like cats.
No, they aren't. They're literally like people.
If one of the cats, let's say, happens to go to the maroon ball of yarn, what happens is that all three other cats all go to the maroon ball of yarn.
When you take a string and put it in front of a cat, pull it away, it's gonna come after it, right? So that's what I'm purposely tapping them on their forehead, negging her, and she's like, stop.
But you see, YouTube coaches are so much more powerful than the pickup artists of the past. They're sneakier, savvier, and have the numbers to back them up. It's pickup with a six-pack instead of a 6-foot-tall guy in a feathered hat. The biggest thing these guys get wrong is their insistence on not listening to women.
Part out and just kind of...
You have to understand the way the culture is going.
That girl's not
she
getting...
starts to feel used. So here's the...
You're not growing a good emotional connection with that person.
You see this a lot. You see it a lot.
I was in the point where
it can break a woman.
Girls and I'm like, do you feel any different?
Right, it's like
I
would sleep with a girl.
So whenever you're with me, does it kind of feel like you can just follow?
Yeah, I can just chill. I don't have to worry about what's gonna happen next or where we're gonna...
What that translates into...
Thing is, women are one half of your romantic team. You kind of need to figure all this out with them. Zander's advice is like playing Fortnite in duo mode without talking about a strategy first. I mean, you're going to end up dropping in on different sides of dirty docks, and before you can grab any loot, the other duo will dumpster you in ways you couldn't even see coming.
This game is bad!
Does it seem like I play Fortnite? So, to make a better dating coach video, I consulted the only real experts on women I know. Women. My female friends, female dating coaches, and accredited relationship coach, luckily they were down to share their secrets that aren't actually secrets. Women have been talking about these things for decades. Warning, if you're a man, you might want to watch this video, because the discoveries I'm going to share about dating and how the minds of women work will actually make sense in practice.
Don't be more worried about whether your friends think she's attractive than whether you feel a genuine attraction.
It is okay to be honest about being nervous. It's actually cute and vulnerable and funny. Self-deprecation works for us. It's part of being yourself.
Knock off the cool guy stuff. Genuinely think about the things that your friends and family love about you the most. What are you known for as you? Adventurous, funny, compassionate? That's what your person is gonna fall in love with. Just look in the fucking mirror and be real with yourself.
Guys who are good with girls don't mind ruffling a few feathers. Not in a rude or malicious way, but in a fun, playful, and challenging way. And that's why women are drawn to what you refer to as a bad boy. I don't refer to them as bad boys because no woman actually wants to be with a bad guy that is bad or plays childish mind games. Those shady tactics never work on high-quality women.
Texting or messaging too much beforehand puts a lot of pressure on the meetup. There's too much to think about and too much at risk. It creates a weird situation. The pressure is less when a conversation is solid, but not too long.
Trust that who you are is enough and be open to being vulnerable. If a woman makes fun of you or emasculates you, that is a reflection of her and not you.
Really listen to us and stop calling women girls. We're fucking adults.
I know a lot of the advice YouTube dating coaches spout could sound pretty normal, good, or even helpful. And you might think that I'm the beta blue pill pussified man who's turning this country into shit. But I'm here to at least get you to think about the idea that you as a man are not all one type of person, and that success in dating can include traits from both the traditional male and a modern, evolved, empathetic male. Because men who are genuinely interested in the inner world of women get laid. But what if you want some help connecting to women in healthier ways? An alternative to dating coaches is an individualized relationship coach, someone like Kayla who helped me with this video. Relationship coaches focus on the relations, the dynamics, and the deeper psychology of collaborating with someone in love. Dating coaches really are mainly focused on getting you the highest amount of sex. A more apt name would be a getting laid coach. Or in this guy's case, obsessed with fucking horses coach.
So what this means if you're a bachelor is that every time you have sex with a new woman, that's a new mare in your stable. And the reason why you have multiple mares in your stable is so that you can determine which one's a thoroughbred.
What I've found is the more that I'm open, honest, and truly vulnerable, the more I have these seemingly perfect moments with my partner where neither of us are looking for power over the other. We just want to be together. But you're gonna have to try things that are different and uncomfortable and sometimes scary to get to that good stuff. Whether you want to find someone to spend your life with or find someone to touch your dick, you're gonna have to be a real human about the whole thing. Thanks so much to my producer Allison Mandel and all the women who contributed some time on the phone with me the past month. Kayla Bittner, Brooke Trantor, Liza Dahl, Sam Sachs, Vanessa Crocini, Lourim, Meghan Klien West, and Amanda Eggert. If you liked this video, show it a little love with a thumbs up and a subscribe. I'm going to be covering more important topics in masculinity coming up that you won't want to miss. Genuinely, thanks for watching.